Well, hi there again. This is Lunar Eclipse, 25 degrees Pisces 41, which will occur on September 17th. That's about 4 months from today. And I'm going to first start off with Cherubel's, the degrees of the zodiac symbolize. And I'm reading his interpretation because this is an ancient source. A crown through which is set an upright sword. It's an index of a mind set upon high resolves and capable of sustaining the assaults of his enemies in such a degree as to achieve its purposes without loss of fortune, prestige, or honor. His mind will be upright, astute, aspiring, and sustained by unswerving faith. It is a degree of victory. And again, this is a quote from Cherubel. The above quote is befitting to an election year, yet it is from an ancient source. Now let's get back to the personal level. On a personal level, people who come to your attention may be disabled, misfortunate, or have some handicap. Some of us may be asked to do some volunteer work at the church, orphanages, or charity. No matter how exuberant the public is, there's something misfortunate about this eclipse. We should all make sure we don't get into a state of euphoria. Be careful not to take medicine without carefully reading the label. Be careful not to get carried away in chaotic incidents or incidences. There could be a situation that is hard to diagnose. There's an element of crisis, so be careful about the water or food you eat and drink. I am not a medical doctor, and what I am about to say is not a medical advice. This is not diagnosis. Astrology is an art, not a medical science. The reason I am putting this video early to say is that you should not miss your doctor's appointment in this coming months. If the doctor says to get an x-ray, do so. If something doesn't feel right, ask the doctor to re-examine. The healthcare personnel could be in a chaotic situation. If so, seek more answers or a second opinion. It will be flu season soon then. This lunar eclipse does not engage the nodes. Therefore, the full moon's impact is more magnified than the ordinary full moon. There could even be false alarms going on. What I am saying is that something could be either too good to be true or just too confusing. Here we have the lunar eclipse moon applying to a conjunction to retrograde Neptune, square Jupiter, the dispositor. This could be an expose, or it can even involve healthcare or healthcare facilities or caregivers. Something could come to light that you may not like. Some people may have to visit a radiologist for x-rays. You could find out that you need glasses for your eyes. You may be more aware than before of the presence of police, or those in uniform. There is something going on, or perhaps matters can be overblown. There could be some news about legal documents or even health and hospital documents that come to the fore. Maybe we are still dealing with false documents, and there will be restrictions on travel documents or driver's licenses. There could be travel restrictions due to laws changing. The government may impose stricter surveillance on travel. This could be about passports or the need for more identifying documents, such as your voice. I think I remember Tyson Chicken expose has already come out. Draining toxins in the environment. I'm sure many of you heard about that. There could be news about drugs, alcoholism, and addictions. Exposés could be about spying and surveillance. Maybe there is a good movie coming out that gets a lot of attention. Hollywood or the movie industry could take center stage also in the news. On the economic front, it could also be that commodity prices like oil, gas, coffee, or even cocoa are still inflated. It could also be about obesity drugs, and those are very popular these days. A pharmaceutical company can also make the headlines. Some software companies could make headlines for getting hit by the bad guys. I'm sure we all know about that. The housing market seems to be in a rock and a hard place, or the bankers could be in such a state. You may hear about false news like we did before during the last election. There seems to be excessive speculation, gambling, and vacationing. Travel, transportation, even telephones are hitting the news. Spyware could be getting out of control. Maybe some piracy matters are concerning. If it involves politics, then it could be about abortion matters or other exposés, even though we have seen a lot of exposés about politicians. We can't seem to see what's happening because there is some level of chaos. With Neptune square Jupiter, there's no limit to how far fraud could go. Saturn is also square Jupiter, but in a retrograde. Saturn is opposed by Mercury, the dispositor of Jupiter and the Sun. Jupiter, by being in Gemini, is too much studying or too much information for workers and students. News or ad content can be restricted by the authorities regarding speech as indicated by the square to Mercury. Lots of education is crammed into students concisely. Or maybe we're all trying to catch up on this AI craze, the fourth industrial revolution, and I think that's going to come so fast that the workers have to adjust. Mercury is in Virgo, its sign, so it is holding up well. Venus too is in 23-degree Libra, Spica, the fixed sign Spica, which is good, lucky for travel, fame, and recognition. It has trine Jupiter and feels lucky and ready for a honeymoon, but applying to retrograde Pluto could encounter complications due to finances. Some of us may have to dip into the 401k. There is a grand Earth trine that's camouflaging ailments in general. Now, ailments could be any ailments. It could be ailments in the economy. It could be ailments in wherever, or whichever part of it could be part of the country. It could be part of your chart, but wherever it is. So you just have to find Pisces on your chart. But there is a grand trine. And when things are doing well, you tend to get euphoric and forget about other things. Just a cautionary note. Could it be something in our environment that is causing chemicals like fertilizers or others like the environmental concerns? Despite all the foreboding air around us, the economy is stable. And when things are too good to be true, then be careful. That is what my message is. Back to school buying could boost the retailers well this season. The retail sector has been in the doldrums first and second quarter of this year. Somehow there's competition there and loss of market share. Okay, so that's it for now.